All right, welcome everybody. Thank you for being here. This is the silent edge that takes good athletes to elite, the inner game reset, which is the name of my program. So, if you're here, chances are you have a child, a son or a daughter who's talented, they work hard, and you know they're capable of more, especially in the big moments. The gap you're seeing isn't a lack of training or desire, it's the inner game, the identity, focus, and nervous system control that lets talent show up under pressure. So, to begin, why do great kids underperform when it matters? Most kids train their body, few are taught to train the mind that drives the body. That's the silent edge we're talking about here. And once your child builds it, everything changes. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. All right. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I went from being a talented yet under-recruited athlete in high school to a Division I football and baseball player. The transformation taught me more about myself than anything I've ever done and has blessed me with the opportunity to change the lives of dozens of athletes. In this program, I'll be sharing everything I learned, plus the years of coaching I've done since, as well as the certifications I've taken to this point to take your child from where they are to getting coaches and scouts' attention. So who am I, and why am I making this video? My name is Coach Langston Provit, and I've been coaching athletes for the last 6 years and focusing on building them up to be wonderful young men and women as well as athletes. I'm a certified strength and conditioning coach as well as a certified mental performance mastery coach. Before that, I played at the Division I level for football and baseball, and I dealt with my fair share of adversity on my route to playing at those levels. I'm here to share the most important things that I've learned from all my years of playing and the trials and tribulations that came with that. What I wish I knew, as well as the thousands of hours spent coaching athletes and studying my craft to help them become the best that they can be. When I made the transition from Division I football to college baseball, I was hit with the same realization that many of you and your children are now facing. You're at the point where talent is no longer enough. It's no longer enough to get you to the next level. It's not enough to get the playing time you want. It's not enough to just love the game that you're playing. I was faced with the option to fully commit to the process or not get the opportunity to play college baseball like I desired. So what did I do? I made the decision to go all in. No matter what, no matter how much that required from me, I began reading books on self-improvement, psychology, sports psychology, and on the most successful people in the world. This introduced me to the mental aspect of success. I leaned in. I learned about the power of the mind and how important it is to truly believe in yourself and how to actually build real confidence. This journey took me all over the country, playing from the NAIA level to the Savannah Bananas in the summer, to ultimately playing at the Division I level like I set out to at the University of Jacksonville. Can you imagine what is possible for your child with the right guidance? Does this get you fired up too? I hope so. All right, so we're going to move to the main details of the program. Confidence, composure, and college opportunities without more physical grind. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how your child can build unshakable confidence, play composed under pressure, and position themselves for college opportunities without adding hours of exhausting training. This is the Inner Game Reset, a practical coach-led system that upgrades who your child believes they are and gives them the simple tools to execute when the lights are on. Now, don't get me wrong, work is required to get to the next level. This will just be a different kind of work from what they're used to. This will be deep, soul-searching, enriching work that will change them as humans. All right, who it's for and who it's not for. This is for serious parents and serious athletes, not just one or the other. This program is for families who value coaching and are able and willing to invest in their child's future. Just like you would for your club teams, your private trainers, test prep, or tutors, it's specifically for athletes that are over 14 who want to play in college or beyond. It's also for kids who are already training consistently, but still battling nerves, overthinking, or inconsistency. This is for parents who want clarity, structure, and accountability, not quick fixes. This program is not for families looking for a magic pill with no work, parents unwilling to invest time and resources, athletes who don't love their sport or aren't committed to improving, selfish athletes, and parents who only care to see their child shine over teamwork and the team's success. So if you hear this and think, that's us, then keep listening. If not, then save yourself the time and click off this video. No disrespect, no love lost. But we want to make sure that if you're going to keep watching this video, this is speaking to you or your child, and this is something that you want to pursue. So let's talk about investment-minded parents. So why smart families invest now to save later? This doesn't just apply to the stock market and real estate and those things. I hear this often from parents. They give me two goals again and again: confidence now and college options later. If you wait, it's costly. So a single scholarship can save $100,000 or more in tuition over 4 years. This stat said the average cost of attendance, including room and board, is about $27,000 per year, totaling approximately $108,000 over 4 years. So yes, this requires an investment, but you're already investing. Club fees, travel, hotels, private lessons. The difference here is return. Mental systems that make every other hour of training worth more because your child can finally perform like they practice. And not only this, if they do earn a scholarship, can you imagine what you're saving? Not only what you're saving financially, but what are you saving in your child's opportunity and their joy and in making the most out of their life and their playing career? It's an investment. So why most quick fixes fail? So you hear a lot of coaches say, be confident. But being confident isn't a system. It's not something that you can truly measure or build every day by just saying it alone. So most kids hear be confident or shake it off. That's not a system. Motivational videos feel good for a day, then disappear under real pressure. Our approach is different. We build the identity first and then teach your child how to regulate their body and direct their focus so skills show up on demand. The elite mindset in action. I worked with a baseball player named Chuck, who was a pretty talented kid and a very hard worker, but undersized. He bought into the mindset of whatever it takes, he will do to take himself and his game to the next level. With goals of playing professional baseball, I saw his demeanor and approach shift to one of excellence and everything he did in finding the growth and learning points in everything. He went on to get a scholarship to play D1 at a small school and then transferred to an SEC school where he took off and ended up getting drafted to the MLB. Great work ethic. More importantly, he bought into the mental side where everything became an opportunity for him. The inner game reset. This is the program. Assess, build, equip, our 3-step framework. So step 1, we'll assess and address. We identify the exact patterns blocking performance, overthinking, fears of mistakes, identity tied to results, pre-game anxiety, post-mistake spirals. From there, step 2, we'll build. So we'll craft a clear athlete identity, who your child is when it counts, teaching them to be calm, composed, assertive, and we wire that in them daily with short, repeatable reps. And then step 3, we'll equip them. So we'll train the tools, breath work to control the nervous system, visualization to experience success and setbacks before they happen, focus scripts for pressure moments, between play resets to bounce back instantly. The outcome from this, your child plays free, they recover fast, and they lead well. So again, we're not just trying to build great athletes. We're building great young men and women, and it starts with who they are on the inside. So game day tools, breathwork, visualization, and reset routines. Your child will leave with a pregame sequence that quiets nerves and dials in their intent. Between play reset, they can run mid-game after a mistake. A night before visualization that primes confidence. Post-game debrief that builds learning without beating themselves up. And these are short, coachable, and easy to use under pressure. So proof in real life, some quick wins and some case studies. So Jacob Lowe, he was a sophomore in high school when I started working with him. He was a kid who physically had what was needed to play high-level football, but he lacked the belief in himself and a true sense of who he was as himself. He just knew who everybody else told him he was, but he didn't truly know himself. He bought in fully to all of the physical and mental coaching that was given to him and went from having no D1 offers to starting a few games at Stanford. Now he's one of the best coaches in the business. AJ AJ played on multiple travel ball teams and was in the most important summer of his life so far for baseball. He bought into the systems, frameworks, and coaching that we teach and began playing freely and with confidence. He built from the summer momentum and created a team identity that shifted the culture. He will continue to dominate whatever space he steps into because of this mentality. He's currently a junior in high school, but just one of those strong mentalities that you're just going to see him just prosper wherever he goes. TNXL. So before going to this space, I was the head of performance for TNXL Baseball Academy for 3 years, and I worked with hundreds of kids each year, ranging from high school to professional level, and even some younger kids as well. Most of them were talented. Most of them didn't mind putting in the physical work. What separated the ones who consistently stepped up in the big moments, went on to play Division I, and for some go pro, it was their mentality. It was the way they approached each day. Getting there early, having a routine, their approach to failures and setbacks, their responses to not getting what they felt they deserved. The guys who had the mindset of winning the mental game were the ones who usually stepped up when things really mattered. All right, let's talk about college and return on investment for life. So we got scholarships, leadership, and the joy for the long haul. This isn't just about highlights. It's about visibility. Coaches notice composed leaders. It's about resilience, handling adversity. It's about joy and loving the game. You hear coaches talk about the eye test. This means how the players carry themselves and treat their family, their team and family. Coaches are always watching. Trust me. They're always watching. And beyond sport, confidence, focus, and ownership show up in school, interviews, relationships, family, everything, the rest of life. So these are skills that will carry your children for wherever they go. But starting right here where we're at currently. Objections, what we currently hear. Time, money, too young, online. So we're too busy. That's why everything is streamlined. We do short daily reps, tools your child can use in-game, and teaching them how to manage their time more efficiently. So we're teaching them these things weekly that they can utilize to make the most of their time. It's too expensive. I'd argue that not investing often costs more, right? So for me specifically, not investing and going to camps held me back from getting countless offers that could have been on the table, but I missed out on them. So for you, not investing could be missed opportunities for your child, stalled development, paying tuition later, and most importantly, not getting to enjoy the fullness of playing their sport with freedom, love, and excellence. And I say this joy aspect because when your kid plays their game, I mean, that should be the most important part. If you're not enjoying what you're doing, then why are you doing it? And it's really hard to enjoy your sport when you have the wrong mindset, when you're not up to par with the level that you should be playing at. So this is really important for them. Who knows how long they're going to get to play? For some, they'll get to play professionally. For some, this will be their last year. But, we want to make sure that we give them the best opportunity that they can. Another one is they're too young. If they're dedicated and already training, it's the right time to prevent burnout, build resilience, and separate themselves. And then another one we hear is, well, it's online. I don't know, if our kid can, get the most out of a program if it's online. But for us, this is an interactive coaching with weekly touch points. So text, 24/7 texting support, and clear deliverables. Parents are included so the environment at home reinforces the work your child will be putting in. So this is something that's going to be constant. We'll be in constant contact with your child. We'll be in constant contact with the parents. And this is something that we're always making sure that they're where they need to be, that they have everything that they need to take them to the next level and to truly enjoy who they are and where they are. So program breakdown. Here's what everybody's going to get. In the inner game reset, which is a 3-month program, you're going to get weekly one-on-one athlete to coaching calls. Parents will get bi-weekly parent calls. And as the group grows out, this will slightly adjust This will be the format of parents being able to ask Q&A, get the support that they need from home, anything that's needed, even be able to just learn from the other parents. These will be recorded, so if you can't make it, you'll get access to the calls. 24/7 tech support. So for quick check-ins before and after games, before school, whatever is needed, before practice, whenever. 24/7. The progress blueprint. This will have clear milestones and habit tracking for your child. You get lifetime access to the information that we're sharing to you, and then everything is built so your child can implement immediately and you can see and support the process. So 2 paths. Do nothing versus decide. From here you have 2 paths. Path A, change nothing, hope it clicks, risk more seasons of almost, and end up paying for college later. Path B, book a call, we'll map your child's identity reset, tools, and game day plan, so talent shows up when it counts. So in summary, the Inner Game Reset is a 3-month coaching program designed to take athletes from talented but inconsistent to confident and elite. Through weekly training on mental frameworks, breathwork, visualization, and identity development, your child will learn how to perform with confidence under pressure instead of shrinking in big moments, stay composed and resilient through adversity, setbacks, and slumps, simplify the game so their natural talent shows up when it matters most, build habits and routines that last long after sports are over, position themselves for college opportunities and scholarships by standing out to coaches. The program is not about more grind. It's about working smarter, building an unshakable mindset, and giving your athlete the edge that most kids never develop. Parents who invest now give their children a lifetime advantage in sports, school, and life. So book your call. Next step of this is for you. If you're a parent who's able and willing to invest in your child's growth, and your athlete is 14 plus, already training and serious about playing at the next level, book a call below. On that call, we'll clarify your child's current mental patterns, get them clear on where they are headed with the program, get them scheduled for their onboarding call, and begin their transformation. If this sounds like the support you've been looking for, click the link and let's get your child playing free, confident, and composed this season. Thank you.